Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day, and today I'm going to be talking about Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. First of all, I just want to apologize for not posting in a very long time. It's been crazy at my internship, so I didn't have much time to film, and also I was not in the best mood in the recent weeks just because of the whole situation that we're living right now. It's not easy for anyone. I've been having some down periods. I'm alright now. I mean, are we all alright in ways? I don't even know. But today I'm going to be raving about this book because I just finished it and it was amazing. I loved it so much and I can't believe it took me so long to read. Honestly, the Grisha trilogy is like one of my favorite trilogies of all time, so I don't know why it took me so long to read it. I think that in a way I was really scared that it wouldn't live up to my expectations of the Grisha trilogy, but it was somehow even better. I don't know how, but maybe it was a third-person point of view. I think I'm getting not used to it, but I think I'm starting to get into third-person views books because normally I don't read much third-person stories because I just feel like an outsider. I don't feel like I can understand really the person, but I've been trying to read more books that are third-person, and this one is, and it was amazing. First of all, if you don't know what this is about, you could have, because I didn't know what it was about for such a long time. So it's about 7 criminals who team up together to do the ultimate heist. So basically, for those who know what the Grisha trilogy is, this book is in the same realm of the Grisha trilogy. So we have the same world building, we have the Grishas, we have everything is the same. This book is just set in a different city. We have Ravka here, which the story of the Grisha trilogy takes place here. This story takes place here, in Kerch, in the city of Ketterdam, which was inspired, I heard, by Amsterdam, which is really funny. So this book is about, we have kind of a main character whose name is Brecker. He's kind of the leader of the crew, and he teams up with 2 other people that are not part of the crew but have to become part of the crew to do this incredible heist. I'm not going to talk about what the heist actually is because I feel like it's a bit spoilery. I started reading the book not knowing anything about it, and I think that it's better that way and it's more interesting as you continue reading the story. First of all the things that I loved about this book, well, first of all, there's a heist. There is an enemies to lovers trope, and there is a slow burn trope. And it's also action-packed. So, like, it's magic everywhere. First of all, just the fact that there is an enemies to lover trope inside a full action-packed story with another slow burn love story, it is insane. It is incredible. We have 7 characters, and the fact that we have the time to put that in there was just so perfect, because sometimes in fantasy books you don't have much time to develop characters and to develop who they were and who they are now and all of these things that happen more in contemporary books. But in this one, we took the time to almost develop every character, which was really interesting. We do get a history of every character, so that was really, really nice. You don't just know who they are as they are now. You get to know a little bit of their past, but for some main characters, you get the whole history. You get a whole chapter just about their past, which was insane. I loved it. I'm going to talk about my 2 favorite characters because I'm not going to talk about all of them, or else it's going to be like a 30-minute video and I don't want that. I'm going to talk about Kaz and Inej because I love them. Kaz is the typical bad boy that everyone wants to be with, but he has such a fragile and sensitive side, which also girls like. I feel like he's, yes, sensitive, but he's not trying to like push it away in a sense. He's just so intelligent. He's genius, and the way that he thinks is he doesn't think about, oh, I have to not be sensitive. He just thinks like a businessman, which is so interesting because he has to run a business of some sort, because with his crew he does a lot of criminal activities, and there are gangs in the city that are all one against each other, and so he always has to find ways to bargain or to get out of trouble, and he is always 1 or 2 steps ahead of any of their enemies, which was so cool to read. It's so interesting because he thinks about everything, and it's impressive. Inej is so cool. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, Inej or Inej, I don't think it's that, but the Wrath, and she is so cool, okay? She is a spy, and she can like follow someone and follow all of everything that they do in a day without getting seen, without getting caught. It is insane. I love it so much. And in the beginning, it's in the beginning, so it's not that spoilery, but Kaz says that Inej is such an interesting person because she can be stealth. Is that a thing to say? Is that a word? She has stealth, I think. And she can be like invisible to anyone, but if she wants you to feel like you're being followed, she will act another way so that you know you're being followed, but you don't know by who. And it's just insane, the fact that she can do that, to be invisible and to not be invisible, sorry. So it's insane. I just think she's so cool. I'm going to talk quickly about the relationships because I need to talk about it. So the hate to lovers relationship is not a spoiler because you get it as soon as everything starts. It is between Matthias and Nina, and Nina is a Grisha. Matthias is a Druskel, which is a type of soldier that his purpose in life is to kill Grishas. So not going off to a good start, but just their story is so interesting. I love it so much, and we get many chapters of them, of their past, and it's just so interesting to have them have their history and to just be all confused about their feelings, and it was beautiful. Kaz and Inej's relationship was very interesting because they both think that they don't need the other person, and they actually do need the other person. I don't know how to explain it, it's really complicated. I'm not actually going to talk too much about it because it is spoilery, but I just think that their relationship is really, really interesting because they don't think that they need to rely on each other that much, and they end up realizing that they do, which is just really, it's interesting to see that kind of realization, especially with someone who thinks that they don't need anybody. So it was really interesting. I have my top 5 pros for this book. If you still aren't convinced to read this book, if you haven't, first of all, the storyline is incredible. The pacing is perfect. You have just enough action and character development one after the other. Like, it's not just a big chunk of character development and after the action, it's all mixed up. So it's really interesting to have both point of views, and it's perfect. The twists in the story, there are so many because they're doing the most impossible heist ever, so of course not everything goes according to plan, and so the twists and turns they are incredible. They are really, really surprising. I was not expecting any of that, so props to that. The ending broke me. I have already started reading the second book because I need to. I want to know what's happening because the ending was on a cliffhanger, but like the biggest cliffhanger of history. I cannot believe that people read that and just didn't have the second book and had to wait a complete year to like know what happens. That is insane. The character development in this book was so well done. It was beautiful. Like, character development of 7 characters in one book, as good as the Grisha trilogy in 3 books. Like, Leigh Bardugo obviously is a lot better at writing for this duology, and I'm not saying that the Grisha trilogy is bad, but the character development in this book was so much bigger and so much more interesting, and it was it was done in a way that was simple and effective, but still really interesting. And the fifth reason why I love this book is because there are no heroes in this book. Nobody is the savior of the story, which was really interesting because Cass Brecker, yes, he is kind of the main character, but he does horrible things and he's not a good person. He tortures people, kills people. Every one of these 7 people are not good people, and they go against other people that are not good people. So in the end, it's not good versus evil, and it's not who's in the wrong, because everybody's in the wrong. So it was really interesting to have these kind of anti-heroes fight their way together against another enemy who did mostly everything that they've already done. So it was interesting. So that was it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Tell me down below if you have read this book, what you thought of it, because I would really like to know. And I will see you guys next week with a new video. Goodbye.